the nations from Eastern Europe, they never, typically speaking, had the very best players. Hungary, of course, many years ago did, but their composure, their shape is often very good. I think the only thing I think the teams from Eastern Europe lack is explosive speed. Generally speaking, if they had a little bit more explosive power and speed, especially in the modern day game, it'd be key. But viewers, we'd love to get your views. We'd love to get your opinions on the situation. Also credit the ref. He took a look and used his eyes. Listen, I think the refereeing has been absolutely impeccable so far. The use of VAR, the automated offsides are quick. They're decisive in their decisions. And you don't need to even hear it. You know what they're deciding by their actions because it's quick. And yeah, I've been very, very, very impressed.
Even the handball the handball. Did you see when they done the handball and they showed you like the little reader and it showed when he made the touch.
If you don't have that reader, you might go, well, I can't quite see, but you know he touched it. Quick decision, done. Loved it.
And you know the only game that had a controversial decision, it was refereed by Michael Oliver.
Yeah, this is so true. It's so crazy, true. Moving on from the game, some transfer news to go through today. First, I want to speak about Spurs. Obviously, we've got around 45 minutes, so we're going to, it's not going to be as long as a normal show. But Henry, reports coming out that a £40 million bid has been turned down for Ivan Toney. Is that a player you want your club to go back in for again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not the most legitimate source. A few people at Sky Sports have come out and said there's more chance of them signing for Tottenham for that amount of money or the terms being agreed. There's other reports coming out with agreed personal terms. I actually like Toney. I think he'd be a great addition for us. I know he had a bit of an up and down season last year because of his outside of football issues, but the season before he was close to 20 league goals. And he comes in, starts at number 9. Richarlison's not the worst backup in the world. You got Son who can play there, and like a lot of our fans, we're in Europe next season, whether it's the Europa League or not. We're going to be playing Thursday, Sunday. Last year, towards a lot of the games, we were flagging around the 65th minute, running out of ideas, running out of energy. Like I think a player like Toney, he can create his own individual chances. He's a great finisher. He can hold the ball up. One of the reasons Raya's distribution stats at Brentford was so good because you're pinging it up to an Ivan Toney 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, he's the complete striker for me. I'd sign him, but they apparently want £70 million, and we're not going to pay that with 1 year left in his contract. No chance.
They have no negotiation power. Nobody else wants him. Tottenham are going to get their man, and I think it's going to be a reasonably good deal for you guys. Replacing Harry Kane with Ivan Toney is probably one of the best fits you guys can find at this moment in time. Premier League proven, can play off good wingers, and he will definitely suit your style of play very, very well. I think Tottenham signing Ivan Toney is a really good signing. And if I was to tell you a year ago, Harry Kane's going to be leaving and you're going to get Ivan Toney for half his price or even close to half of his price, you probably would have bit your arm off for it. So right now, I think that's the best deal you guys can do. And with the transfer market being so bad, this is as close as an A+ signing for Tottenham I could ever see.
Yeah, 100%. But one of the things that if Daniel Levy get this across the line, now we can say that this guy is moving serious with this Ange Postecoglou, because Daniel Levy normally don't sign players at the end, like towards the end of their career, because there's not going to be a resale value for Ivan Toney. Everyone knows that. He's going to sign a 4-year contract. He's either going to leave on a free or Spurs are going to sell him maybe in 2 years for like much cheaper price. He isn't. So Daniel Levy normally doesn't do these deals, doesn't get a player that doesn't have a resale value. I haven't seen it lately. If he does this deal, if he gets this deal over the line, that means he truly believes in this Ange thing and Ange project, and he's trying to back him and he's trying to get him the tools to actually make it work for him. So we can stop saying, oh, he doesn't back the manager. Daniel Levy is not doing what he can do. Now, if he gets this over the line, and I agree with you guys, 70 million is not going to be the price. No, they have nothing here to hold on to. It's 1 year left. Nobody wants him. 40 million is going to be 45 million.
Is he not more important? Is he not more important? Is he not more valuable to Brentford? Like, those years ago.
1 year? Not Henry. Not 1 year, Henry. For 1 year left of his contract. What is he going to do? They're not going to make Europe. I'm sorry. Yeah. Unless he renews the contract, unless he signs a new contract with Brentford.
Yeah,
that's going to let him go on a free.
He's probably going to cost more than
contract.
Yeah, he might do, but I think Ivan Toney would let the contract run down and go on a free. I think there are clubs interested in him. They're just trying to get him as cheap as possible. I think he's an excellent player. And it's weird how, maybe it isn't, maybe it's a fashion thing. The hype surrounding Ivan Toney is completely dissipated in the last 6 months. He came back and he didn't have the sort of the prodigal son return that everybody expected, but that was because he didn't have a preseason, and they're so important for football players. Getting that base fitness at the start of a campaign is key. It's like a boxer not having a good training camp. When it comes to that fight, especially outside the opening couple of rounds, it's going to impact you if your training camp was bad. It's as simple as that. And I think that's what we saw with Ivan Toney. I think he's an incredible football player. I think he will. I was so annoyed that we didn't get to see much of him last night with Harry Kane dropping an absolute stinker. Wasn't his fault. He was marked out of the game. It happens. I would have loved to have seen Toney come on and given a good 20, 25 minutes to show the world what he's capable of. I think there's a real player in there, and the amount of chances and opportunities that Spurs create, even when they've got the Richarlisons and the like holding the line, you're going to be creating chances for him for days. So I see him being a huge success, and it might cost you 50 odd million, but I still think for a player of his ability who shows no sign of slowing down for the next 4 years, £50 million in itself is an absolute snip if you go up to that level. I think it's a phenomenal piece of business if you can bring him in for that kind of money. I really, really do. I really, really do.
I think he transforms.
Absolute bargain. 100% he does. 100%. Their main problem was them not creating chances. Their main problem was putting stuff away. With Timo Werner, with the likes of Brennan Johnson, with the likes of Richarlison. I know he got a few goals last season. I think he ended on 12 goals, I think, or 13
I
goals.
think he got 13 goals. Johnson got around 10. Kudu got around 8. I think Son got
not enough.
27
You know
GA, but then the drop off he's like night and day.
And I think that's the problem. Like, to bring in somebody like Ivan Toney, that starts it off with a lot more chances are going to go in. The chances that are created for him, like we are yet to see Ivan Toney in a team that creates loads of chances and just chances on a plate for him to just put them away. And let's see how many goals he can really get. We've seen him at Brentford, and he's reached, I think, the 20-25 goal mark point already. So let's see what he can do at a much better club where he's getting more chances and they're more comfortable in games, how they deal with him playing in possession. I think that's going to be one of the main things that he's going to have to tackle at first, is handling being in a team that keeps possession and has majority of their possession, playing against low blocks. Because I really do think, like, once you're playing against for Brentford, it's completely different to what happens when you come to a bigger club, man. We've seen that with so many players.
Yeah, I completely and utterly agree with you on that. I really, really do. Viewers, love to get your take.